aging is inevitable, but thriving as you grow older? That's a choice. Imagine waking up every day feeling energized, mentally sharp, and physically strong, no matter your age. What if the secret to living longer and healthier was already within your reach? Today we're diving into 8 powerful signs that show you're aging like a pro. And the best part is, you can start embracing these habits right now. Sign number 1. You can get up from a chair without using your hands. Let's start with something deceptively simple. Getting up from a chair without using your hands. At first glance, it might not seem like a big deal. After all, we do this dozens of times a day. Stand up to get the door, grab a drink, or stretch our legs. But here's what most people don't realize. This basic movement is actually a powerful indicator of your overall health, physical independence, and even your chances of living a longer life. Why it matters more than you think. When you're able to rise from a seated position using only your legs, without pushing off with your hands or leaning forward dramatically, it tells us a few key things. Your lower body strength, especially your quadriceps and glutes, is still intact. Your core muscles are working well to stabilize your spine and keep you upright. Your balance and coordination haven't declined significantly. And most importantly, you're less likely to suffer a fall, one of the leading causes of injury and loss of independence in older adults. A study published in a European Journal of Preventive Cardiology even found that older adults who could sit down and stand up from the floor without using their hands had a significantly lower risk of mortality than those who needed support. A real-life example. Meet Harold. Take Harold, for instance. He's 77, always considered himself relatively active, but over the past year, he noticed something strange. Getting up from his favorite recliner started to feel different. He had to use his hands to push himself up, and he often felt a little off balance once he was on his feet. He chalked it up to just getting older. But when Harold mentioned it to his doctor during a routine checkup, the response surprised him. His doctor said, "Harold, your legs are trying to tell you something. They're losing strength. And fast. And that means you're at greater risk of falling and losing your independence." That hit Harold hard. So he made a choice. Instead of ignoring the signs, he started doing simple exercises, bodyweight squats, leg raises, and walking more regularly. Within 2 months, not only could he get up without his hands again, but he also felt more stable walking around the house and more confident overall. How muscle loss creeps in. As we age, a natural process called sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, starts to chip away at our strength. After age 30, we lose up to 5% of muscle mass per decade if we don't stay active. By the time we hit 65 or 70, that loss can become dramatic unless we take steps to fight it. But here's the good news. Muscle strength is one of the most fixable aspects of aging. It's never too late to rebuild it. You don't need a gym. You just need consistency. Quick test you can try right now. Here's a quick self-check you can do right now. Sit in a firm chair, feet flat on the floor. Cross your arms over your chest. Try standing up without using your hands or swinging your torso for momentum. Now sit back down. Again, no hands. Can you do it easily? If yes, give yourself credit. That's a powerful sign you're aging well. If not, don't panic. It just means there's room to build strength and improve. Simple exercises to rebuild strength. If you notice some difficulty, here are a few simple movements you can incorporate daily. Chair squats. Sit down and stand up repeatedly for 10 reps, focusing on control. Standing leg lifts. Hold the back of a chair and lift one leg straight out in front of you. Alternate legs. This helps with balance and strength. Heel raises. Stand behind a chair and slowly rise up onto your toes, then lower back down. Start with 1 set a day and build up. Within weeks, you'll likely notice a huge difference. Mental and emotional boost. Being able to move independently also boosts mental confidence. Losing strength and balance creates subtle fear in older adults. Fear of falling, fear of going out, fear of being a burden. But the moment you regain a physical skill like standing up easily, your mind also gets stronger. Your confidence returns. You feel younger. Sign number 2. You can walk at a brisk pace without feeling out of breath. Now let's talk about something we all do without much thought. Walking. But not just any kind of walking. We're talking about brisk walking, that pace where your arms swing a bit, your heart rate picks up slightly, and you feel energized but not winded. Being able to walk briskly without gasping for air or needing to slow down is a clear sign your heart, lungs, and muscles are still working in sync. In fact, doctors often consider your walking pace as a vital sign, just like your blood pressure or heart rate. What your walking speed says about your health. Here's a fun fact backed by research. Studies have found that walking speed is one of the strongest predictors of life expectancy in older adults. According to the Journal of the American Medical Association, older people who walk faster tend to live longer. And the reason is simple. A strong heart, efficient lungs, good circulation, and strong leg muscles all contribute to a faster walking pace. So if you can walk a block or two without slowing down, catching your breath, or holding on to a railing for balance, you're doing better than you might think.
A story from real life. Linda's backup call.
Linda is 68, a retired schoolteacher who always felt pretty healthy. But last fall, while on vacation with her daughter in Boston, something hit her, literally. They were walking through the park when her daughter said, "Come on, Mom, let's pick up the pace a little." But within a minute, Linda was out of breath. Her legs felt heavy, her chest tight, and her energy zapped. She laughed it off at first, blaming the uphill path. But when she got back home and noticed she was getting winded climbing stairs or even walking from the car to the grocery store, she realized something was wrong. Her doctor confirmed it. Her cardiovascular endurance had declined due to inactivity, weight gain, and mild anemia. But just like Harold from earlier, Linda turned things around. She started with 5-minute brisk walks each morning. Then 10 minutes. Within 3 months, she could walk a mile without stopping. And now, she walks 2 miles every day and says she feels 10 years younger. Why brisk walking is a superpower. Brisk walking isn't just about physical ability. It's a sign of vitality. It means your lungs are efficiently supplying oxygen to your muscles. Your heart is pumping blood steadily without strain. Your muscles have enough stamina to support repetitive motion. Your joints aren't too stiff or inflamed to keep up. And here's the big one. People who walk briskly tend to be more independent. They're able to get around town, visit friends, and handle day-to-day activities without needing help. That kind of autonomy adds life to your years, not just years to your life. Try this 1-minute walking test. Here's a simple test. Find a flat path, like your driveway or hallway. Set a timer for 1 minute. Walk at your fastest comfortable pace. Count your steps. If you can take at least 100 steps in a minute, you're walking at a healthy pace, around 3 miles per hour. That's a fantastic sign. If not, no worries. The key is building up your pace gradually. How to improve your brisk walkability. If brisk walking currently leaves you breathless, start with short intervals, 2 minutes of brisk pace, then 1 minute slow. Hill walking. Use inclines to naturally build strength and stamina. March in place. During TV commercials or while cooking, get those legs moving. Over time, your lungs get stronger, your heart becomes more efficient, and your walking becomes second nature again.
Mental perk. A brisk walk clears the mind.
Beyond physical health, brisk walking improves mood and cognitive function. It boosts endorphins, those feel-good hormones, and helps ward off anxiety and depression, especially in older adults. In other words, your feet can lift your mood, your heart, and your future, all at once.
Sign número 3. You sleep through the night without frequent walking.
Imagine this. You go to bed, close your eyes, and drift off peacefully. The next thing you know, it's morning, and you didn't wake up 5 times, toss and turn, or stare at the ceiling at 2 a.m. That kind of sleep. It's not just a luxury, it's a sign of a healthy aging brain and body. Why sleep quality matters after 60. As we get older, sleep naturally changes. We produce less melatonin, the sleep hormone, and our sleep cycles become lighter. That's normal. But waking up frequently throughout the night, struggling to fall back asleep, or feeling groggy in the morning, those are red flags. Deep, uninterrupted sleep allows your body to repair tissues and muscles, flush out toxins from the brain, literally, regulate hormones related to hunger, mood, and immunity, consolidate memory and learning. So if you're sleeping through the night regularly, your body is doing some incredible behind-the-scenes work to keep you sharp, energetic, and emotionally balanced. A quick self-check. How rested do you feel? Ask yourself. Do you wake up naturally, without an alarm, feeling refreshed? Do you rarely wake up more than once during the night? Do you fall back asleep within 10 to 15 minutes if you do wake up? If yes, your sleep hygiene is probably excellent. And that's something many people your age would envy.
Storytime, Joe and the Midnight Wanderings.
Joe is 72 and used to believe that getting older meant sleeping less. I thought waking up every hour was just part of the deal, he said. But what started as a minor annoyance turned into full-blown exhaustion. He was waking up 5 or 6 times a night, sometimes unable to fall back asleep for hours. During the day, he felt foggy, irritated, and clumsy. He even fell in his kitchen one morning. Turns out, it wasn't just aging. His doctor found that he had undiagnosed sleep apnea, a condition that causes you to stop breathing briefly during sleep, disrupting deep rest without you even realizing it. With treatment and a few lifestyle changes, Joe started sleeping better. Now, he wakes up only once a night, if that. It's like I'm alive again, he says. Why good sleep equals long life. Studies have linked consistent, high-quality sleep to lower risk of dementia,
Vettere arte alt.
improved immune function, fewer mood disorders like anxiety and depression. Sleep is when the brain flushes out amyloid plaques, which are linked to Alzheimer's. It's also when your heart gets a break and your immune system recharges. So yes, sleeping well is one of the most powerful signs of healthy aging. Tips for improving sleep naturally. If you struggle to sleep through the night, try this. Create a bedtime ritual. Warm shower, light reading, or soft music. Limit screen time. Avoid phones and TVs 1 hour before bed.
Keep your room cool and dark. Your body sleeps best around 65 grados Fahrenheit 18 C.
Limit late-day caffeine. Even that 4 p.m. coffee can mess with your sleep. Stay active during the day. Physical movement improves sleep depth. Also, manage nighttime worries. Keep a small notebook by your bed.
If your mind races at night, jot it down.
Tell your brain, I'll deal with this tomorrow. When to talk to your doctor. If you've tried these tips and still can't sleep, speak with your doctor. Issues like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or even anxiety and medication side effects could be getting in the way of quality rest. But if you're someone who sleeps like a baby most nights after 60, take a moment to celebrate. Your brain, your heart, and your body are all quietly thriving while you dream. Sign number 4. You can remember recent conversations and appointments clearly. Let's face it, everyone misplaces their keys once in a while or forgets why they walked into a room. But if you can recall recent conversations, appointments, or where you put your glasses without too much struggle, you're doing far better than you think. That kind of clarity. It's not luck, it's a strong signal of a well-functioning, aging brain. Why this matters. After 60, many people worry about memory loss. It's one of the top fears when it comes to aging, and understandably so. Memory is tied to independence, relationships, and our sense of identity. But here's the encouraging truth. Minor forgetfulness is normal. What isn't normal is regularly forgetting. The names of close family or friends. Conversations you just had. Whether or not you took your medication. Important appointments or events, even after reminders. If you're still on top of your schedule, remembering details from yesterday's chat or your upcoming lunch plans, your cognitive engine is firing on all cylinders.
Meet Eleanor, de Detel Queen at 68.
Eleanor, a retired school principal, keeps a calendar on her fridge and one on her phone. She remembers birthdays, trivia, recipes she learned 20 years ago, and what her granddaughter told her about her school project last weekend. Is she just lucky? Not really. She's been actively exercising her brain for decades, reading, solving puzzles, learning new tech skills, and even dabbling in Spanish on the side. I treat my brain like a garden, she says. You keep watering it, trimming the weeds, and it grows beautifully. That's exactly what science confirms. Cognitive reserve, built through lifelong learning and mental challenges, protects the brain from age-related decline. Signs your memory is strong. You remember names of new people you meet. You don't need to write everything down.
You follow multi-step instructions easily.
You can recall both recent and distant memories without confusion. These are all great signs your brain is healthy, adaptive, and resilient.
Simple ways to keep your memory sharp.
Even if you're doing well now, staying sharp is a lifelong habit. Here are some brain-boosting behaviors. Stay mentally active. Read, do crosswords, play memory games, or learn a musical instrument. Get social. Regular conversation stimulates memory and attention. Eat brain food. Leafy greens, berries, fish, nuts, and olive oil all support cognitive function. Move your body. Physical exercise increases blood flow to the brain. Sleep well. Sleep consolidates memory and clears brain waste. Avoid multitasking. Focused attention improves memory retention. And here's a fun tip. Tell stories. Sharing life events with family or friends forces your brain to retrieve, organize, and communicate memories clearly. It's one of the best natural workouts for your mind. When to pay attention. If memory problems start interfering with daily life, like repeating the same question multiple times, getting lost in familiar places, or struggling to follow conversations, it's worth talking to a doctor. Early detection of conditions like mild cognitive impairment, MCI, or dementia can make a big difference in treatment and lifestyle adjustments. But if you're reading this and nodding along, thinking, yep, I remember all of that just fine, that's a fantastic sign. Your brain isn't just aging well, it's thriving. Sign number 5. You stay active and walk with ease. We've talked a lot about mental clarity, but let's not forget that physical activity is just as important when it comes to healthy aging. If you can move with ease, whether it's walking, dancing, or simply standing, you're in good shape. Being able to move confidently and without discomfort as you age is a huge indicator of longevity and independence. Why this matters? Regular physical activity does more than just keep your muscles toned. It improves circulation, supports joint health, and strengthens your bones. But beyond that, staying active also boosts mental health by releasing endorphins, improves mobility and flexibility, reduces the risk of chronic conditions, such as heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis, enhances cognitive function, helping to prevent mental decline. If you can walk comfortably and consistently without feeling exhausted, this suggests that your heart, lungs, and muscles are in great condition. Meet George, the lifelong walker. George, a 75-year-old retired lawyer, has been walking at least 5,000 steps every day for over 20 years. He says it's his key to feeling youthful. My legs have carried me through every stage of life, he says with a smile. Now, George isn't trying to set any walking records. He just makes it a point to get out every day for a brisk stroll. Sometimes it's around his neighborhood, other times it's on a nature trail. Whatever the terrain, he keeps his pace consistent. Why does this matter? Because consistency is key. Even moderate activity like walking strengthens your cardiovascular system, maintains flexibility, and helps you stay independent as you age. Signs your physical activity is on track. You can easily walk long distances without needing a rest. You can walk briskly and still have energy to spare.
You don't feel stiff after getting out of bed.
You move comfortably, even after a day of activity. Test your walking ability. Try this. Walk at your normal pace for a few minutes, then speed up slightly and walk at a brisk pace for 30 seconds. If you don't get winded and can maintain this pace, congratulations. You're in the upper tier of healthy aging. How to keep moving with ease. The secret to maintaining this ability is consistency. If you don't already walk regularly, start with a gentle pace and gradually increase your time and speed. Here are some tips to help you. Walk daily, even short walks count. Aim for 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. Stretch. Regular stretching helps maintain flexibility and mobility. Strength training. Work your muscles to support your joints and bones. Mix it up. Try different activities like swimming, cycling, or yoga to keep things interesting. If you experience pain or discomfort while walking, don't ignore it. This could be a sign that you need to address something in your routine, whether it's joint health, posture, or muscle imbalances. Sign number 6. You have healthy skin and good posture. Healthy skin and posture are not just about vanity, they reflect your overall well-being. People who age well tend to maintain good posture and healthy, glowing skin, both of which are linked to a strong body and healthy habits. Why this matters? Good posture is a sign of strong muscles and a healthy spine. Poor posture, on the other hand, is often linked to muscle weakness, joint problems, or lack of physical activity. It can lead to pain, stiffness, and increased risk of injury. Healthy skin is another marker of health. Elastic, smooth skin indicates that the body is maintaining a healthy flow of oxygen and nutrients. As we age, the skin naturally loses collagen and elasticity, but maintaining skin health is still possible through proper skincare, hydration, and sun protection.
Meet Janet, the yoga enthusiast.
Janet, 72, practices yoga every day. Her posture is impeccable, no slouching, no rounded shoulders. She credits yoga with maintaining her spinal health and balance. Janet says, "People often ask me how I've managed to avoid back pain and stiffness, and I tell them it's all about keeping the muscles strong and flexible." Janet also swears by staying hydrated and using sunscreen whenever she's outside. Signs of healthy skin and posture. Your skin remains firm and hydrated, with fewer visible signs of aging, wrinkles, spots. You have a straight spine, and your shoulders are not hunched or rounded. You don't experience frequent back pain or stiffness. You can maintain good posture for long periods without fatigue. Test your posture. Stand in front of a mirror and check your alignment. Your head should be aligned with your spine, and your shoulders should be relaxed but not slouched. If you notice your posture could use improvement, strengthen your core and stretch regularly to maintain balance. Sign number 7. You have strong social connections. One of the most important predictors of longevity is social engagement. People who have strong connections with others, whether through family, friends, or community, tend to live longer, healthier lives. Why this matters? Having close relationships and a supportive social network provides emotional resilience. Social engagement can reduce stress, lower the risk of depression, and even boost your immune system. People who remain socially active often engage in more activities, laugh more, and maintain a higher level of overall mental health. In fact, loneliness has been linked to increased risks of mortality, similar to smoking or being overweight. Meet Frank, the community volunteer. Frank, 80, is an active member of his local senior center, where he teaches art classes and organizes social events. He says, "I get more out of spending time with my friends and community than anything else.
It keeps me young."
Frank's strong social ties contribute directly to his health. Strong social bonds keep him mentally sharp, emotionally balanced, and physically active. Signs you have strong social connections. You spend time with close friends or family regularly. You actively participate in group activities or volunteer work. You're emotionally supported and offer support to others. You have regular, meaningful conversations with people. Test your social life. If you can say yes to most of the above, you're on the right track. Regularly connect with those around you, and try to broaden your social circle by joining clubs, volunteering, or picking up new hobbies. Sign number 8. You have a positive attitude toward aging. The way you think about aging can actually affect how well you age. People who view aging as a natural positive process tend to experience better health, both physically and mentally, than those who view it as something to fear. Why this matters. Your mindset influences how your body reacts to stress and how you handle challenges. Optimism has been linked to a lower risk of chronic illness, greater resilience, and a higher quality of life. A positive attitude helps reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and improves heart health. Meet Ruth, the positive thinker. Ruth, 69, embraces aging with a joyful attitude. "I'm not slowing down, I'm just adjusting my pace," she says. Ruth believes in staying open to new experiences, whether it's learning new technology or taking up a painting class. Her positive mindset has allowed her to adapt rather than feel defeated by the aging process. This perspective has kept her both mentally sharp and physically active. Signs you have a positive attitude toward aging. You view aging as a privilege rather than a burden. You focus on what you can do, rather than what you can't. You remain open to new experiences, ideas, and growth. You maintain a sense of humor and optimism. Test your mindset. Reflect on how you view aging. Do you see it as an exciting journey, or do you dread the future? Shifting your mindset to embrace the process can make all the difference. The path to a long, healthy life. If you can check off several or even all of the signs we've discussed, you're not just aging well. You're laying the groundwork for a long, vibrant life. Remember, it's the little things, the daily habits, the mindset shifts, and the consistent efforts that compound into a healthier, more fulfilling aging process. Start by incorporating just one or two of these signs into your routine, and watch how they improve your life over time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. So, what are you waiting for? Start today, and embrace the joy of aging well.